Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 261. Will Bitcoin reach $20,000? How private is Ethereum? COVID-19 boost Bitcoin trading, and DVT Anniversary. For those of you that don't know, they have giveaways going on throughout the month. So if you haven't done it yet, I will show you a link later on, and you can follow it there, right? Anyways, if you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. Links in the description. So there's a link to the amazing articles that we cover here on this awesome stream. Hey, Pest, how's it going, man? Omar, how's it going, man? First DVT Anniversary. Yes, man, I just mentioned that. It is something that is interesting, right? And yeah, we'll talk about the giveaways that you guys are having on the DVT Discord, forums, etc. So yeah, man, we'll talk about those, right? Let's move on to the news, right? What is happening today? Well, Bloomberg expects Bitcoin to double to $20,000 this year, and says something needs to go really wrong for it not to appreciate, right? Now, this is from Markets Insider, and it actually says that Bloomberg it's taking the opposite stand to Goldman Sachs and saying that in a note that was published yesterday, or 2 days ago, Tuesday, that Bitcoin would double to 20,000 this year. Now, Bitcoin has so many favorable fundamentals and technical factors that something needs to go really wrong for Bitcoin not to appreciate. Now, the company said history indicates that Bitcoin should return to 20,000 in 2020, representing roughly double its current levels. Bitcoin will approach a record high of about 20,000 this year. In our view, it will follow 2016's trend. That was being said by Bloomberg. Now, Bitcoin's maturation, fueled by the growing acceptance of digital currencies, the ability to trade Bitcoin futures, and steady decline in volatility should keep it toward price appreciation. Tilted towards price appreciation. And research note said, "Hey, Bitcoin Jake, how's it going, man? Rockets to the moon." Additionally, Bloomberg said that it expected Bitcoin to appreciate if the stock market rolls over. Now, Bloomberg said that it thinks Bitcoin is benefiting from the coronavirus pandemic for several reasons. First, historic declines in equity markets because of the virus didn't spill over to Bitcoin, as a brief dip in the cryptocurrency was promptly rejected. Second, the virus is accelerating the shift away from paper currency towards digital. And third, the quantitative easing policies from central banks around the globe are helping independent stores of value, such as gold and Bitcoin. And that's all being said by Bloomberg. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Bitcoin can get to 20,000 by 2020? So this year, you guys think we can reach 20,000? Let me know in the comments, man. I, for one, think it could be possible. I'm not going to say it's 100% possible. It is certainly within the possibility, right? But again, it's going to really depend on many things going right for it. First, let's worry about getting above 10,000, right? If Bitcoin gets above 10,000, then we can start targeting 14,000. If we pass 14,000, we can start targeting 19,000. And if we pass 19,000, then we could be talking about 20,000, right? But again, right now, I think we're still far from it. Let's wait and see how that keeps on playing out. Now, the past saying DVT 200 sats. Hey, why not, man? You guys have a trading contest going on. If that manages to bring volatility into the market, we could start to see price swings. And obviously, that would be amazing, man. It was not clear in the rules if the trading had to be only with DVT. So if it only has to do with DVT, we should see volatility pick up for that trading contest to develop, because the spread's so thin that if you just want to trade back and forward, you just be losing money to the exchange by paying the fees, right? Anyways, another article, right? Careless users are ruining Ethereum's privacy. Now, this was a paper published. I can't remember if it was today, though. It was a paper that was published. Yeah, I think it was a couple days ago. Anyways, Ethereum is losing privacy, warns a new paper, as careless users make linking their address to real-world identities easy. Now, with the disquieting title, "Blockchain is Watching You," the paper, a joint publication from researchers at the Institute for Computer Science and Control in Hungary, EOTVOS, London University, Svan University and Hashcloak argues governments and private entities are quickly learning how to strip away anonymity from Ethereum, and that is in part because users are making it easy for them. Careless usage easily reveals links between deposits and withdrawals, and also impacts the anonymity of other users, since if a deposit can be linked to a withdrawal, it will no longer belong to the anonymity set. It does say that the researcher argues that Ethereum account-based model makes it susceptible to surveillance, or more susceptible to surveillance than other protocols, such as Bitcoin. The lack of financial privacy is detrimental to most cryptocurrencies' use case, and we do believe that if users were using the technology in a sound way, or a privacy-focused wallet software would have helped them and abstracted the potential privacy leaks. Now, this concern is a new news organization, Decrypt, identify a number of Ethereum users by connecting addresses to personal information, citing users' actions as being partly to blame. Now, unlike Bitcoin, which relies on unspent transaction output, or UTXO model, the Ethereum protocol keeps track of a user's Ether rather than effectively creating a new address for each payment. As with Bitcoin, Ethereum records what a user has sent out, let's say 1 Ethereum, but still has 10 left. A good analogy is Bitcoin is like physical cash in a leather wallet, with a balance being the amount of unspent cash. Meanwhile, Ethereum is more like a bank account, where a bank, or in this case a protocol, knows how much money the account holder has and updates it accordingly. Now, while this difference has often been glossed over, the paper authors argue that a dearth of understanding of the ramifications of Ethereum's account-based model has left many users unknowingly wide open to the possibility of full-scale surveillance. Third parties know when an account is most active, allowing them to determine the time of day and infer a user's time zone. Another one is gas price. Most users rarely change their gas price settings, instead of leaving it on the default settings. What this means is that accounts with adjusted gas price become very easily identifiable and can be tracked across the protocol. Now, of course, the researchers argue that it's easy to stop this surveillance. All Ethereum users need to do is use their accounts a couple times and make sure they don't put any identifiable information, such as their addresses, on any public forum. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Ethereum, it's easily predictable? Do you guys think it could become like that obvious for people to track us? Like, oh, you're using Ethereum. I just noticed you received the transaction on a set wallet, and you're sending it by that time. So again, depending on how much gas it's costing you, we can determine like when you send it because of what the network gas price was, and maybe by the time you're transacting, try to gauge your time zone. I'm not sure if it's that easy. I do believe that if you post it online for tips, etc., it could be easier to track who the address belongs to. Other than that, I'm not sure how easy is it to trace an address and link it to a person, right? Anyways, another article. This one's from Cointelegraph. Ripple and Brazil Central Bank held a closed meeting to discuss institutional matters. This is from yesterday. Ripple had a closed-door meeting with Central Bank of Brazil on May 30th to discuss institutional matters. According to the financial institution's website, its president, Roberto Campos Neto, had a video conference with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and 3 other representatives from the firm. Now, this little detail about the talk, since it was closed to the media, although the website mentions institutional matters as a meeting's general purpose. Ripple's ambitious plans for Latin America and Brazil, in particular, surfaced in June last year when the company launched a Sao Paulo office with the aim to expand across the continent. Now, there's a lot of people inferring on Twitter that this meeting has to do with them activating a Brazil corridor, and the fact that Ripple's going to rule the world again, right? I doubt that's the only thing they covered in the meeting. But again, until the excerpts from the meeting are released, everything is just speculation. Anyways, remittance markets are primarily interest for Ripple, as it intends to facilitate cross-border settlements with the XRP crypto, right? Brazil's remittance flows are valued at $2.5 billion, making the local market a desirable goal for Ripple. In summer 2019, Luis Antonio Sacco, the general director of Ripple in Brazil, was also present at the recent meeting with Neto, announced the company's intentions to bolster partnerships with banks and other institutions in Brazil throughout 2020. So far, Ripple has secured alliances with at least 3 major local players, Santander, Bradesco, and Banco Rendimento, via its blockchain-based financial services network, RippleNet. right? So again, they're using RippleNet. They're not using XRP. More likely, they're using the blockchain, but using fiat still. On to the next article. Coronavirus lockdown boosts Bitcoin trading in Russia. Now, on June 4th, a new study performed on a number of Russian-based crypto exchanges revealed a significant rise in Bitcoin trading across Russia since March amid the COVID-19 lockdown. As RBC reports, representatives from the Russian offices of exchanges like Binance, Garantex, and Exmo highlighted the growth in the number of users in Russia. This number is relative to the increase in trading volumes from March until June. Now, Gleb Kostorev, head of the representative office of Binance in Russia, explained that the number of registrations on their platform during April 2020 was 2 times higher than in December 2019. Benny, how's it going, man? Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being here. And he added, it's worth noting separately that the popularity of futures trading is growing among Russians. In April and May, trading volumes of these instruments are twice as high as in March and 5 times than in January. On the other hand, Sergey Mendeleev, founder of Garantex, clarified that the increase in activity on cryptocurrency exchanges is not associated with those people who withdraw money from deposits or receive payments from the budget. Now, that is why United Traders analyst Fedor believes that self-isolation from the pandemic coronavirus was one of the drivers that led to the increased trading volumes. Now, do you guys believe that coronavirus is certainly increasing or sparking trading volumes of Bitcoin? Are people so bored in their houses that they're just sitting there looking at exchanges and trying to make a profit by trading Bitcoin? Yeah, maybe, man. I mean, we have seen a good rally since March 12th, right? Almost to 100%. Only to be rejected around 10,000. But again, yeah, I guess we could say that markets have gone up. Are people getting more interested in crypto? Probably, right? It has performed better than a lot of the other markets. So, yeah, I guess we can assume that people are probably getting a lot more into crypto. Now, this is the article on Hive published by, I think it was published by D, Decentralized. He is a co-founder of The Vault, and he says that The Vault 1-year anniversary is here. Writing and video contest, Hive and Twitter and Discord tipping, and huge trading contest. Now, says that it's turning 1 year old today, right? DVT. So we have a couple of people here from the DVT community. The past Omaru Khan and Bitcoin Jake, who's also been there for the last 4 months, I guess. But again, we do have a lot of people that are watching here that are certainly part of the Vault community, which is a really cool community from what I told you guys, right? Anyways, what does it offer? Cool rewards, right? Electrum desktop wallet, right? And one vote, one crypto, one vote. Cold rewards. So yeah, it's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool bunch of features, right? It's also mineable, right? So it's good, man. It's a good crypto. Spotify ads coming in, right? And if you don't want to mine it, you can just take your money and keep it in your wallet, and you get cold rewards from just unspent transactions, right? Which is also really, really cool because it gives you a way to save. You get 1% per month. So in 12 months, you're going to get 12%, which, again, extremely cool. No one's going to give you that, right? No bank, no one's giving you 1% right now. So it's a good way to save or onto crypto. Sorry, guys, if you see me like swiping around, there's a mosquito flying around here. And it's like the second time it's tried to like bite me. Mosquitoes suck. Anyways, what is happening, right? They are posting all the links here. The links in the description to this blog post on Hive. Now it's a celebration, right? There's the South Exchange faucet, right? It got topped off with 500,000 DVTs. Let's check out how much. Already a lot has been claimed. It's at 481,200. So a lot has been claimed. Let's see if I can claim right now. Boats. Pictures of boats. I think those 3 would do. And I can only claim once every 3 hours. So I already claimed. You get 25 DVTs right now for free just by being there and claiming every 3 hours. So you can like add up on DVT, which is pretty cool. What else are they giving out, man? South Exchange and GravyX trading contest, right? 20 winners from each exchange will be chosen. First place of each exchange will be rewarded 100,000, and each person thereafter will receive increments or decrements of 10,000. Right? It says increments of 10,000 less. It should be decrements, right, or something like that. Anyways, so 20 place winners will get 10,000. Anyways, it appeared it's from June 4th to July the 4th. The metrics that are going to be considered are going to be total number of trades made as well as the number of coins traded, and each winner will receive, like I said, 10 to 100,000 DVT. Not sure if it's just DVT that you need to trade or any trading in particular on those exchanges. It would be tight if it was just DVT that you had to trade, but again, I'm not sure how they're going to measure this. The volatility right now is very low, and there's not been a lot of movement. But again, if this could spark volatility into DVT, it would be amazing. Anyways, there's Twitter and Discord tips, right? Just for tipping, just for typing out, right? It goes by various amounts, 100 to 1,000 DVT. It depends on what you do, basically. And I think you just have to tag DVT and the vault. And yeah, some users will randomly get selected for this. DVT only in exchanges will tell the accounts and amounts. Okay, cool. So it's just decentralizes with us, and he's just telling us that it's only trading DVT that will get you into those sweet 10 to 100,000 DVTs, right? Anyways, the Hive tips. There are going to be tips on Hive. Apparently, 500,000 coins will be distributed amongst various DAO members to distribute on the Hive ecosystem, which is going to be really, really tight. Now, the writing contest, I'm gonna suck at writing, so the first 10 articles will be tipped 25,000. So again, that's going to be pretty interesting. If you're a good writer, 500 words minimum, you can post it on Hive or on Medium, and you can make some good dough with that. Now, they're going to allocate 750,000 coins to that. And the video contest, now, if you are an editor and you want to do something interesting, you can also get some of that DVT. 5 winners will be chosen. The biggest or the best video will receive 250,000 DVT. That is a lot of dough, guys. So followed by 50,000 DVT for all runner-up videos. Right now, posting platforms are YouTube and Library. You must use the beginning and outro crypto that I actually I made for them. Right, so that was pretty cool. And this is this small video here. I'm not sure if it's gonna play out or not. I was having trouble loading Hive today for some reason. I'll reload again, see if it comes up. Here it is. It's this very, very tiny intro, right? It's just like a crypto vault opening and then closing, and it just says devault, right? So it's pretty tight. It's pretty close. It's just a couple seconds. You got to put it in the intro and the outro. I do believe this might become the official intro or outro for DVT marketing right now, at least for a time being. And since it's on my channel, it'll just link you to all my other videos, which is also pretty cool. If you like what we do here, hit that like, that bell, that sub, right? And what else are going to do? I think that's it, man. I'm going to allocate 500,000 coins to this. So if you are into any of these things, or you can do any of these things, go for it, right? Oh, right. By the way, Pest says that if you make cool memes, he'll pay you also. And there is also a quiz that was made by Omar Khan, and it's also going to be available. I'm not sure how much he's going to pay yet. I think it's like 100, maybe 200, maybe 20, maybe 50. I'm not sure how much DVT is going to pay out, but it's a small quiz regarding DVT, and it's information that you can find readily available online. And it just talks about the some of the websites that they have, how they operate, and it's going to be 100,000 for 100% completion. All right, cool, awesome. Yeah, I completed 100%, so awesome. I'm probably going to get 1K. Nah, I'm kidding. You guys should spend that on other people to get them to join the community. I'm already there, so. Alrighty, so that being said, I'm going to move on to the technicals, and we'll definitely look at technicals for DVT. Again, like I said, volatility is a little bit low on the exchanges. I'm waiting for that to pick up a little bit more for me to be able to place some trades. Again, the spread right now is too tight, at least on South Exchange. I'm not sure on GravyX, but the spread is too thin, and it's really not leaving any margin for actual trades to be settled. That out of the way, we'll talk about that once we get onto the technicals. I'm going to play a small intro, guys. You already know this. It's going to be a very, very tiny intro. I'm going to just set up the trading screen here on the side, and yeah, I'll be right back, right? So stick with me for a second. We're back. I was finished setting up here on the side the to market cap. Anyways, like I said, if you like what we do, hit that like, that button, that sub, right? What is happening with crypto? Well, we're getting a green day yesterday. Money coming into the cryptosphere, 1.24%, approximately. Am I looking at Bitcoin? No, I'm looking at Bitcoin. It's not showing me market cap. There we go. It's the second time I switched to market cap, and it wasn't actually doing the switch. Market cap yesterday gaining 94%, $2.54 billion coming in. Right now, 0.32% to the upside, approximately $706 million, sitting at $273.38 billion market cap. Again, money flowing in after a bounce off the 20, which is good. Bitcoin dominance at 66.03%. Yesterday gained dominance 0.33%. Today is losing a little bit, 0.04%. But that is good. I want Bitcoin to lose dominance. When it was at 35% dominance, the price of Bitcoin was at 20K. So bigger chance that if Bitcoin loses dominance, we might see the price of Bitcoin really go up high. And why is that? Because since it's going to be so expensive, a lot more people are going to start putting money into altcoins, and thus it's going to increase the market cap of those alts, and it's going to decrease the amount of market share that Bitcoin has, right? So the higher price it goes, the lower its market cap, and the more money we might see also flow into alts, which might also benefit a lot of the other coins. What is happening with Bitcoin? Yesterday, getting a bounce off the 20, which is also nice. Second bounce off the 20 that we get. Finally, we're up here on this level. 9,812. Bitcoin Jack was telling me that he was holding a position open on long, hoping that we get to 10K. Yesterday, I talked about potentially heading back to 10K. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, though. I think we're developing some kind of divergence in the shorter time scales, and we'll look at that once we get there. Now, last thing we did, rejected this area, right? 10,400-ish, 10,500-ish, 10,400 and change. But also 161%, right, at 10,416.91. So we obviously rejected that area, moved down, managed to hold the 20, beautiful. And now we're trying to get a bounce there. Now what's happening on the other ones, right? We also rejected and managed to close below a potential resistance at 10,243.96. Again, my position is still open on Bitcoin. I told you guys I got in at 9,474. I'm waiting. I was waiting it out. I was going to close it here. I still managed to hold it on divergence, and then it just went up. Bitcoin Jack closed his position today at 125% gains. That is pretty sweet, man. You have been killing it with your longs lately on Bitcoin, man. Congrats on that. Now again, Bitcoin managing to stay above 9,650, which is good. Yesterday. So yeah, technically today, right? But markets yesterday. We moved down, held this area, right, that 9,474, and from then on we got a nice bounce. Last thing we had, bearish divergence, moving to the downside, we got it, trying to get a bounce. That's all that's happening, nothing else, right? Neutral at 57.32 on the RSI. Let's look at this other chart. We're also managing to stay above 9,565, obviously, and again, same thing happening, right? Neutral on that RSI. Let's go to the 4-hour charts. Now, what's happening on the 4-hour chart? As you can tell, we created bearish divergence. We moved down, created hidden bullish. From then on, we have been rising. To be honest, I didn't believe it was going to play out that strong. I was worried about getting a reversal happening and potentially going to the downside. Omar Khan forgot to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, and now he's cursing in French. Anyways, managing to get above that 9,650 was key. We broke below it briefly. Again, managing to regain it quickly. And right now, it seems like we're heading to that 20. Potentially try to get a bounce on that area. High, lower, high, positive, less positive. High on the RSI, lower on the RSI. Nothing really happening on the 4 hours that is bearish. Sitting neutral at 58.44 on that RSI. It's beautiful. Again, because we have room. We have a little bit of room to run to the upside, which could be good and could potentially get us above that 10,000 level again. Now, like I said, nothing else happening shorter term. So I'm going to move on to the 1 hour chart. See what's going on in there. You're going to notice that I have a orange line. I was charting today. We're creating bearish divergence, right, from here to here. I did have another one. It didn't save. For some reason, this has not been saving my charts. I had to rechart everything I did yesterday, today again. And I had a line going like this because we were creating bearish divergence, and then we managed to move down on that. And we have not really gone above that. And we're going to see that on the shorter time scale, right? Even on the half-hour chart. We're going to see that actually was there. And I also had it on the 1 hour chart, and it deleted itself again. Really, I'm not sure why it's not saving, auto-saving. So what I had to do for it to save again, I just had to click the actual save button. And this one I hadn't charted properly. We were making a slight positive momentum island here also, and we were making one here by that time. It was like here, and we were also lower on the RSI. I think we were like somewhere around here. I kind of hate that it didn't save because I had it like spot on. Now it's just like, you know, pain in the butt. I have to redo all this stuff that I did earlier on. I just wanted to change colors and say, look, man, this is what I had. Now, like I said, I'm gonna have to save because it's really not auto saving for some reason. And like I told you guys, right? Bearish divergence. Look here, we had it, right? On the shorter time scales. Look at that, right? Look at that, right? Going higher, right? Going to a negative momentum. Going from a positive on the RSI, overbought, all the way to bought on that RSI. So high, lower, high, right? Creating strong bearish divergence, starting to move down, breaking below the 30. Again, breaking below the 20. I'm not really liking this for Bitcoin right now on the half hour. Again, a movement to downside could potentially see us try to hold that 9,650 support. But on the 1 hour, again, we don't have much going on. Probably stuff developing on the half hour, like I said, right? Look, even what I traced on the half hour, I didn't anchor it there. It's the same line, right? That's why I told you guys I already had anchored this earlier on, and I was spot on. I was a little bit close here to where I had it, but close enough, right? I'll just send that to the half hour chart, and that's gonna be it for that, right? So I think it's this top one that I had in the 4 hours, or maybe the bottom one. Yeah, the bottom one. Again, right, it was one of those things that we had divergence, and because we had it kind of deleted itself from the 1 hour chart, but we are moving down on that again, potentially heading for that 20, right? And this one, I think it's this one I'm gonna send over there also, right? The shorter time scales. There we go. Again, bearish divergence. That's it for Bitcoin. I'm gonna move on to Ethereum, and if you haven't followed us on Twitter, you should join us there. It's going out right now. Link is going to pop up on that lower right corner of the screen, so you can join us there. What's happening with Ethereum dominance? Yesterday lost dominance 1.49%. Today you're losing 0.15%. Sitting at 9.91% of market cap. The price of Ethereum $242.82. Now what's happening here? Creating bearish divergence, moving down, rejecting the 786 at 247.15. Again, we've talked about that. Yesterday, we managed to go slightly high and reject that area again. So it's not looking too strong to break above that. We might need Bitcoin to nudge us across that line, and that is if Bitcoin wants to pump. Again, it's right now sitting bought at 62.80 on that RSI. Let's go on to the 4 hours because there's really nothing else developing. Last thing we had was hidden bullish divergence. Again, moving us to the upside, rejecting that 786 once, twice almost. Moving to that 20, trying to get a bounce off there. Now, stuff going on here in the chat. Let's see. Pest, I'm off. Have a good one. More giveaways and a perting tomorrow. I didn't get that second one. Partying, I guess. Yeah, partying tomorrow. All right, bro. Have a good one, man. Have a good rest. Thank you for watching and joining us tonight, Pest. Yeah. What else is happening? Let's see. First of all, let's play something else, right? Because Spotify ads came in. Alrighty. So that's it for Ethereum on the 4 hours, right? We're going higher, right? Nothing is happening. Positive, less, high, lower, high. Positive, neutral, high, lower, high. Again, nothing really going on here. Should we call this divergence? 69. 59. All right, we could. We could, right? We said here we're going sideways on that price. And I'll anchor this to the 4 hour. And we could also say that we're going from high to lower high, right? Creating medium bearish divergence, so potential price action to the downside. That would be about it, though. I'm not seeing anything else happening here on Ethereum. Neutral at 55.33 on the RSI. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. What's happening on the 1 hour? Last thing we called, right? How do we called it here? Yes, and I already drew this yesterday, and I was positive I draw it again today, and it's not here, man. See what I'm telling you guys? TradingView is really, really messing up with my charts, bro. I'm not liking this. Probably they want me to buy the Pro version or something. Creating some hidden bullish, getting that rise coming in nicely. Again, from here to here, if you remember, we were climbing. Here to here, we're going slightly less. And again, I do believe Bitcoin had this one. I'm not sure if we had it on the chart. Yeah, we had it, right? So again, like I said, it's been deleting a lot of stuff, so I just got to double check that whatever I did before, it's still there. Alrighty, cool. So we're going higher, more positive momentum, higher on the RSI. Nothing really going on there. Now, we did a low, higher, low, negative, less negative, right? Low on the RSI, higher on that RSI. High, lower, high, even lower, high. Positive, less positive, even less positive, right? I believe. 0.1, 0.5. All right, cool. We could say we're making bearish divergence, right? or slightly less. And here, going from 0.01 to 0.05, so slightly more, right? Broadening, are coming in, right? Converging on the top part, creating a hidden bearish divergence. Potential movement to the downside. Right now, we're sitting at that 20, contracted on the Bollinger Band, so we could expect a explosive move coming in, potentially, hopefully, to the upside, depending on whether or not Bitcoin wants to play ball with us. Neutral on the RSI at 50.29. Was Bitcoin tight on the Bollinger Bands? I can't remember if we called it. No, we're a little bit expanded, so that's fine. Let's go on to XRP. What is happening with XRP? Yesterday, losing 0.79%. Today, losing 0.17% of market cap. Sitting at 3.30% of market cap. The price of XRP sitting at 20 cents. 20.368 cents. Flirting with this 20.339 area. Again, sad that XRP has not been able to take off. Yesterday, getting a bounce off that 20 also. Managing to close above that 20.339 area. But man, has it been underperforming greatly. Neutral at 51.41 on the RSI. Nothing to call on the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. Again, bearish divergence. Movement to the downside. Got that to play out. Low, lower, low. Negative, more negative. Low on the RSI. Lower on the RSI. Nothing happening there. High, lower, high. Positive, negative, high, low. Nothing on the top either. Rejecting the 20. Not as good as we want to see that, right? But look at this. We're sandwiched, right? Where between that 23.39 and that 20, it's not good, man. We're getting tighter within this range, and it's just gonna cause us to, explode, I guess, because we're just gonna get tighter and tighter by that 20 and that 23.39. And I'm not sure if we might break it to the downside. I'm not sure yet, but sitting at 48.92% of market cap. Nothing else to call on the 4 hours. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. All right, so XRP is one of those things where I had already switched this a while back, and I didn't switch. But again, bearish divergence, potential action to the downside, move down, get a bounce. Again, we talked about this yesterday. Nothing happening, right? High, lower, high, positive, less positive. Sorry, this today. So we hadn't talked about this yesterday. Did we end up developing this divergence? Now I'm curious as to whether or not we had this. June the 3rd at 21. All right, cool. So we're here. We managed to bump a little bit higher. We still have this. Let's see. 38, 41. So no, we kind of killed it, right? We went slightly higher also. So whatever divergence we were looking for here, we no longer had. However, Bitcoin moving down and the rest of the market moving down managed to pull us back down with it. So we're getting this movement to the downside, getting a bounce at that 20.339. And again, starting to tighten into that range, right? Low, higher, low, higher, low, high, lower, high, lower, high. Coming into the symmetrical triangle, right? That's happening across crypto. We're starting to see this across a couple of the coins. So really, just a symmetrical triangle going on. Now, with XRP, I'm always a little bit more cautious because of the long wicks sometimes it creates. But if we go like this, I guess I'm going to ignore some of the wicks. I'm going to take this one and this one into consideration and say we're making a symmetrical triangle, right? That's what I want to focus on. If I wanted to ignore the wicks on the bottom, I would have to ignore them on the top, and it would give me a very weird triangle like that. And again, still symmetrical, a little bit down sloping, but again, potential that we move. Tightness of the Bollinger Band starting to come in, and really, the only thing we had here was some hidden divergence, right? Sorry about that, guys. This shifted a little bit. There we go. Again, going from a low to a higher low, negative momentum to more negative momentum, right? Some hidden bullish divergence. Got this small rally coming in, but again, too weak, finding resistance and moving down. That's it for XRP on the 1 hour. I'm gonna move on to Litecoin. I'm gonna skip Litecoin dominance. I really don't care too much for it right now, and I'm also gonna skip Binance dominance. Where's Litecoin sitting at? Yesterday, gained a little bit of positive momentum, right? Or getting that price action to be positive. Right now, moving down a little bit, 0.06%, sitting at 47.41% of market. $47.37. Now, what's going on here? High, lower, high, positive, less positive, high on the RSI, lower on the RSI, neutral at 56.29. Nothing happening yet. Now, we have taken off nicely above that 20. That's the only good thing going on right now. Let's go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, bearish divergence, move down, hidden bullish, managing to rally, and that's high, lower, high, positive, less positive, high on the RSI, lower on that RSI. Nothing going on there. And again, right now, trying to reject lower prices at the 20, sitting neutral at 53.95 on that RSI. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, last thing we had, bearish divergence, move down on that again, beautiful. low, higher low, higher low, negative, slightly more negative, I would say, 0.5, 0.6, yes, definitely, right? So again, coming in slightly higher, coming in to more negative momentum, and creating that hidden bearish that's getting us to have this small rally. But again, high, even lower high, and as we're going lower, you can see that we're finding this line of resistance. We'll use the bodies, what the hell. And on the bottom, it would also look something like that, right? So again, symmetrical triangles starting to form. Gotta wait for it to develop. Again, symmetrical triangles can break either way. I'm scared it just bit me again. God dang it. Neutral on that RSI at 50.14. Let's go to Binance. Binance yesterday losing a little bit of dollar value, right? Today losing a little bit more. Yesterday 0.40%, today 0.19. Sitting at $17.48. Now, last thing we had was bearish divergence. From then on, we have managed to move down slightly. Yesterday, we managed to reject the 20 and try to climb up, but not enough to make positive price action, just to lose a little bit of value. Sitting at 55.97 on that RSI, very neutral. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. What's happening on the 4-hour? Bearish divergence. Managed to move down. Again, from then on, tried to rally, but failed, and right now, still sitting below the 20 and facing it as resistance. Nothing happening here on the technicals. Or in the oscillators, neutral at 52.18 on that RSI. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Again, yesterday we're looking at this bearish divergence, right? We managed to climb even slightly more, as you can tell, right? So from here to here, right, slightly higher, and still managing to go lower again, creating that strong bearish divergence. Broke us down, tried rally, lower high than the previous high, going lower, higher low than the previous low. Now try to go high, and now we're making a higher high. Yes, very slightly. Are making more positive momentum. Let's see, 526, 818. So yes, more. And also, are we higher on that RSI? Yes, well, we don't have any kind of bearish divergence. But again, we're moving down because the market is moving us with it. Neutral at 49.43 on that RSI. Let's go look at DVT and see what's happening there, man. See, today I did preset the charts, right, a little bit. So we're not gonna have to do a lot of work tonight. Let's see what's happening here shorter term, though. I have not made any higher highs than the previous highs, so nothing happening on the top part. Starting to make positive momentum, that's about it. I guess we could say, in all fairness, that we're going from a high to a lower high. From negative to positive, and creating hidden bearish divergence and getting action to the downside. Again, it has been very flat on the trading side. Sitting at 6.4. Like I said, look at the spread, 6.4 to 6.6. Not a lot of movement in that area. Although the positions are small and can be eaten up quickly. My position still has not come in at 5.5, as you can tell right there. I still have not been able to get that position filled. Again, not a lot of resistance to the upside. It can get to 8.7 and just have 1 million of resistance, right? But again, it's going to take someone coming in and buying it. If not, if we don't manage to bring volume into this, it's gonna probably stall, and the trading program that wants to, or the trading game giveaway that's being set up here is not gonna play out nicely. We're getting tightness off that Bollinger Bands, which could mean an explosive move. However, look at how much tight we were. We got a slight explosive move back here, then got very, very tight, a slight explosive, and then we got a major explosive. So again, I'm not banking too much on this. Again, it's a low cap project, does not have a lot of trading volume, so we're gonna lose volatility very quickly, and probably could be tight for a while until we have large volume coming to the market. That being said, neutral on the RSI at 50.82. Let's go to the 4-hour. The 4-hour, we didn't have anything going on, right? Low, higher low, negative, less negative, high, lower high, positive, less positive, right? Even high, lower high on the RSI. So nothing there. Neutral at 51.37. Now let's go to the daily. Now on the daily, the only thing I have here is the thing that we already called out, right? So from here to here, we're going definitely much higher. From here to here, we're coming in lower, as you can tell, creating this strong bearish divergence that is moving us down, right? And in this last part, we even had it. So it goes from here to here, right, going slightly higher, and from here to here, going slightly lower, right? So again, bearish divergence being present. That being said, I want volatility to pick up on here so I can do more trading, right? I do want to participate on this. Sorry, I dropped something. I just don't see what it was. There we go. I do want to participate on this a little bit more and be able to trade. I moved some money from my wallet into the exchange, so I was able to trade. It wasn't a lot. I just moved like 50K, but I do have a couple positions I want to be trading here. Again, waiting for a little bit more volume to pick up, so I can so we can see those nice movements on DVT, see the spreads picking up, and us be able to like really trade and not just buy at 4, sell at 6. Buy at 6, sell at 4, or the opposite, right? Buy at 4, sell at 6. We're not shorting here, and you know, try to keep it going. But if we do that, we're just gonna cover the exchange fees. It's not gonna be good for anyone. Again, the spread it's too thin. Anyways, that being said, I'm gonna move on to look at the markets, right? If you guys want me to look at any particular project, just type it up on the chat and we'll definitely look at it. I'm not sure who's still with us. YouTube has been very weird at keeping track of the stream lately, so I'm not sure how many people I have watching. So if you're still watching here with us, thanks for being here and for sticking with us as we keep this stream going, right? Anyways, for some reason it wasn't loading the chat on YouTube. Now I can see it again. But Bitcoin Jake's still with us, and maybe some other people, right? Anyways, thank you guys for sticking around. What else? What else are we gonna look at here, man? I'm gonna look at let's go look at gold and silver. We didn't look at those yesterday. Again, bearish divergence. We moved down. So yesterday we did manage to move more farther down than $18 for silver. So again, nothing to worry there, right? We had divergence. We called it out, so we were kind of waiting for this to play out. Still sitting bought, so chance we could still come back down, maybe touch that 20 and try to get a bounce on silver. What's happening with gold? Man, we did win there, right? I told you guys we're probably gonna go and hit that 1704. We did manage to get there yesterday, today, or a couple days ago, right? So I haven't looked at this in a couple days, I guess. We managed to get to 100% retrace. Now getting this very nice bounce coming in. So again, beautiful. Rejecting the 20, sitting neutral at 48.89 on the RSI. Last thing we had was bearish divergence back here. Took us a while to get up to touch this area again. So lower low, negative momentum. Let's look at that 415. So slightly more negative momentum, also lower on that RSI. Nothing going on there. With silver, let's look at markets, man. S&P still climbing, right? But still making that bearish divergence. So we keep on tracking. Neutral, bought at 67.45. Nikkei still going up, still creating bearish divergence, and overbought at 76.89. Toronto going up, still have bearish divergence, right? And still tracking, right? Bought at 64.81. I do believe the markets are being artificially kept afloat. London, what's happening with London? Bearish divergence, moved down from there again, getting bounced off the 20, which is good. Nothing else happening there. Neutral at 58.81 on that RSI. Let's see. Let's get something else going on here on the music. Again, guys, if you like what we do, hit that like button, that sub to be notified when we go live. Thank you for joining us and sticking with us here at the State of Crypto, your house and your home for entertainment, analysis, coin news, and you know, just regular crypto chat or any kind of chat for that matter. What's happening with the Dow, man? It went up, right? It's still climbing. That's good. We're still creating bearish divergence, right? Again, and sitting bought at 68.86 on the RSI. Again, this is being artificially inflated. We're gonna get overbought. We're gonna have to crash again. We have bearish divergence. We have not broken down on it. I'm not buying that the market is still going on strong after a lot of companies are reporting going bankrupt, and a lot of companies are performing extremely bad. I doubt that the market is performing that well. So I do believe there's some manipulation going on, or it's being kept afloat somehow. I do believe we could get in another crash coming in, right? This is a semi-recovery. We could get a potential second crash coming in. What's happening with oil? Again, managing to still go higher. Again, still creating bearish divergence. Bought at 68.84. Waiting for this to move down. Again, oil still has to recover. Sitting at $40, man. Remember when we were talking about getting in here at 22? You'll be 200% up on Brent. Sorry, 100% on Brent. What is happening with this other Brent oil, right? On this other chart, going slightly higher again, still going here. This one did manage to go from 19 all the way to 40. So again, almost double your money, right? Bitcoin Jake saying I need a video of a punch bag that looks like a sub sandwich, and a guy hits it for when someone wins. Subs. Yeah. That would be tight. That would be cool, man. I should get that going on, man. I should get someone to make me that video. For some reason, it has also not been notifying me of all the subs, right? I've been getting up subs every now and then, even when we're live, and I'm not getting that small chart that comes up and says, like, there's a little dance and, you know, like someone subbed. Let's look at West Texas, still climbing, right? Still creating bearish divergence. West Texas at $32. It was down at 11, right? So here, you would have gotten a lot worth of for your money, right? How did it sub, or how did that correct sub to win? I'm not sure, man. Autocorrect is weird somehow. It's awkward. That's why I don't like it very much. I like it every now and then. I like predictive text a little bit better than autocorrect. Anyways, RSI at 76.06. Highly overbought, right? So we're going to come back down. What else is happening, man? What else have we not looked at? Let's see what's pumping. Hot. It's down 93%. Oh my god, it's down 46%, right? I'm kidding. It's always a go. LBC down 11%. Libra, right? Still going down. Again, Bitcoin Junk, I think you got out nicely. We were creating divergence. We're still managing to go lower right now. And still managing to make less negative momentum. So again, creating that strong bearish divergence still. We have not gotten that rally. Sologenic down 43. Again, everyone's doing like negative numbers. Steam, Ethereum to Bitcoin, Doggy, Hive, right? Everyone's losing a little bit. Hive is down, so 1.11. You're gonna say it's green, yeah. Gap down on the opening. That's why it's red. Let's see what else, man. Benny's end cash is pumping. Benny, if you're still with us, brother, end cash is going slightly higher. Not a lot though, right? Again, it didn't manage to go all the way over here and create bearish divergence still. We have not looked at this in a while. From then on, it still managed to go higher and created strong bearish divergence, right? So going like that and going like that. Again, it's such a small cap project that it's probably not going to reflect really with this where the market might go. So again, moving down, I'm trying to hold at 20. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this project. Let's see what else we have here, man. Neo up 0.05%. Again, nothing's doing, no project is doing anything crazy today. VT up 4%. I doubt it's up 4%. In this chart, it's up 1.30%. It might be, right? It might be gapping on this chart. Sorry, I just closed it. If I do Control C, would it bring it back up? Nope, it didn't. What else, man? I think the markets have not moved up much again, right? We're really waiting for Bitcoin to take off here, man, and it's not looking really good right now. Right, bearish divergence, right? Remember? Oh, man. Had I not changed this to yellow, mellow yellow? I think this is where I had it originally, and then I think last time I saved it, I saved it to this chart and not the other one. I was wondering, Martin, why are you changing everything to yellow? Because yellow is when we talk about stuff on the stream. Orange is when I do stuff off the air, right? Because sometimes I look at the markets when I'm not here, just to look at how things are going. Again, right, bearish divergence, moving down on that. Remember, below the 30 now. Rejecting the 20. Not looking good right now, right? The other thing I can see right now is that we're starting to create some hidden bearish. I'm not sure if it's going to play out right. This would mean that we're going to get stalling at this area, or we could get potential stalling at this area. Right now, I do believe this might go lower and make more negative momentum, and we just get rid of that, right? But again, right now we would have this, and that's what I'm calling it. That being said, I think that might be it for tonight, guys. Again, there's not a lot of things happening. Chat has been quiet. I don't think I have a lot of people watching in or tuned in tonight. Just 3 people, I guess. People on the street going crazy, man. Anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto, I guess. So if you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that button, that sub, right? Talk about crypto to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. Let them know that we are here. This is State of Crypto. Again, I'm your host, Martin. It has been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight on this awesome, what is it today? Today it's Thursday night, right? So yeah, it's awesome being here with you guys tonight on this awesome Thursday night. I hope you had a great time. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you enjoy the content that we put out. Again, if you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub. Again, I'll catch you tomorrow, guys, for another edition of the State of Crypto. And as our buddy here, Bitcoin Jack says, peace, love, and hodl, right? By the way, I'm not sure how many of you are still here. I just threw some real quick fibs here. I want to make sure why we're rejecting this area. Apparently, we're hitting a 618 right on the short term on the 1 hour chart from high to low. Right, so as you can tell, we hit that low area right wick to wick, and as you can tell, we're hitting that 618 right, or 50% depending on where we anchor. If we want to take this as a high, then this as a low, right, we're hitting that 50% retrace and rejecting. If you want to consider this the high. Again, we would be hitting the 618 and rejecting, right? Both are rejections at key fib nodes. I'm going to take the top one right now. I just wanted to point this out real quick, make sure we talked about it here. That's going to be it again. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and I'll catch you tomorrow.